Hello everyone, this is Mohammad Dinatullah from the SAIMEDHA Coaching Center, Koti, Hyderabad. Okay, so as we are uploading the continued daily videos on our YouTube channel, okay, so what we are uploading daily from the topic, from the mathematics, we are taking one topic and we are uploading 10 daily important questions over here. Okay, so similarly from day 3, actually day 3 I have taken it as functions. Day 4 we have discussed about limits 10 questions. Day 5 also some more 10 questions of limits we have taken. Now in this day 6 we will be completing the topic limits over here. Was more 10 questions I have taken. With this limits topic we can complete over here. Okay, now let us see this part. Let us go with the question over here. We are having the question as limit x tends to 0, 1 plus 3x divided by 1 minus 3x whole power 1 by x. Okay, already we have discussed. If you have not seen the previous videos of the limits, once go through that videos. Okay, day 4, day 5, now we are having it as a day 6. Okay, now day 3 we have taken it as a functions, day 4 we have taken it as a limits part 1, then next we have taken part 2 limits, then next we are having it as a part 3. Okay, let us continue these questions over here. Because why I am telling this part is we have started from the basic questions. Directly if you are seeing this video means you will be having somewhat confusion over there. So first to start from the basics, then we can go for this advanced questions over here. Okay. Now let us see the next question over here. Limit x tends to 0, 1 plus 3x divided by 1 minus 3x whole power 1 by x. Whole power 1 by x. So let us this as already I have told you in yesterday's class, that whenever we are substituting the x value and we are getting the answer as 0 by 0 or else infinity by infinity, then what we have to do, we have to apply the L'Hospital rule. I have explained you that part. We have to apply the L'Hospital rule, then we will be getting the answer. Similarly, in this case also, what we are doing, we are trying to apply the what we are getting the answer 1 plus 3x divided by 1 minus 3x whole power 1 by x. Now we will be having some different formula for this. Limit x tends to 0 we have taken now. Limit x tends to a f of x power g of x we are having. Now what we are having, f of x power g of x. Now whatever the indeterminate forms we are having, 0 power 0 or else infinity power 0 or else 1 power infinity. Okay, like these cases we are having now. For that we will be having the formula over here. Okay, so what is the formula we can write over here now? E power maximum for 1 power, maximum will be using 1 power infinity only. I will be giving you this formula 1 power infinity, e power limit x tends to a, limit x tends to a f of x minus 1 into g of x, f of x minus 1 into g of x. Okay, this will be the formula we are using for 1 power infinity. Or else general formula what we are having means general formula e power when we are applying the limits over here, limit x tends to a g of x into log of f of x. Okay, this is a general formula. This formula we can apply for all the 3 cases, but 1 power infinity will be repeating more times, so that's why we are having the simple formula for this, e power limit x tends to a f of x minus 1 into g of x. Okay, now by using this formula we have to solve this question, but again it will become somewhat lengthy over there, it will become more complicated. So I'll give you one formula. Let us see this part over here. First we are taking this part as limit x tends to 0 we have taken. We are having 1 plus 3x divided by 1 minus 3x whole power 1 by x. So what we are doing means, listen carefully now, limit x tends to 0 we have written as it is. This power we are giving separately for numerator and denominator separately. So we are taking this part as 1 plus 3x whole power 1 by x divided by 1 minus 3x whole power 1 by x. Okay, like this we have taken. Now we are applying the limit separately for numerator and separately for denominator. So what will happen? Limit x tends to 0, 1 plus 3x whole power 1 by x whole divided by limit x tends to 0, 1 minus 3x whole power 1 by x. Okay, like this we have taken over here. Now I will give you shortcut over here. What we are having? Time saving result. What we are having? Time saving result. So we are having the formula as limit x tends to 0. If you are having 1 plus ax whole power b by x, it is equals to e power ab. That's it. What is the formula we are having? 1 plus ax whole power b by x, it is equals to e power ab. Similarly, if you are having 1 plus a, in the place of x, if you are having some other function, In the place of x, if you are having some other function, so in the power also b divided by, there should be same function. If you are having tan x over here, means same tan x should be there. If you are having x cube, means x cube should be there. If you are having 5x square, means it should be 5x square. Like that should be there. Function should be same over there. Okay now? So then also what we can write the answer, e power ab. Okay, this part we have taken. By using that formula, let us apply this part over here. So it is equals to, what we are getting now, limit extends to 0, 1 plus ax whole power b by x means e power ab. A value is 3, b value is 1. 3 ones are 3 divided by e power, what is a value? Minus 3. A value is equal to minus 3, b value 1, minus 3 into 1 means minus 3. Okay, e power 3 divided by e power minus 3, but that option is not there in the over here. So what we have to do means, now again, bases are same in division. Bases are same in division. Power should be subtracted. Power should be subtracted means e power 3. Subtracted means minus we have taken. Again, what's the power we are having? Minus 3. Minus into minus plus 3. It is equals to e power 6. Okay, so what is the final answer we are getting over here? E power 6. E power 6 means fourth option is correct. Is it clear? So what is the fourth option we are having? E power 6. So this formula we have to remember. Limit extends to 0, 1 plus ax whole power b by x is equals to e power ab. Limit f of x tends to 0, 1 plus a into f of x whole power b by f of x is also equals to e power ab. By using that formula directly we can write. Or else if you are using this formula, it will become somewhat lengthy over there. Again the time will be wasted. Directly we can remember the standard limit. Okay. Now let us go for the next question. Limit extends to infinity, 1 plus 3 by x square whole power 2x square. Now just now we have written one formula like limit x tends to 0, okay, 1 plus ax whole power b by x, it is equals to e power ab. What we have written the formula? 1 plus ax whole power b by x. 1 plus ax whole power b by x is equals to e power ab. Similarly, we are having one more formula, but limit x tends to infinity. If you are having x tends to infinity, then what we are doing? Listen here, 1 plus a by x. Ax means a by x whole power. B by x means bx. Okay. Into we are converting into division. Division we are converting into. Then also we are having the same formula, e power ab only. E power ab only. Now in the place of x, if you are having some other function, limit f of x tends to infinity, 1 plus a by f of x whole power b into f of x, then also the answer will be e power ab only. What is the answer? E power ab. Okay, now let us see our question what we are having. Limit x tends to infinity, 1 plus 3 by x square whole power 2x square whole power 2x square. Now listen here carefully what we are having. This is the function, this is the function, this is the function. Both functions are same. So what I have told you, this part should be compulsory. Over here we can assume that one. Over here we can assume that part. So this part is same, means we are having the same formula, e power ab. What is a value? 3. What is b value? 2. 3 2s are 6. Okay. So what we are getting the answer? E power 6. Third option is correct. Is it clear? So by using this simple formula directly we can solve this type of questions over here. Now next question we are having it as limit x tends to infinity, x plus a by x minus a whole power x. Means for this we are having one of the formula. Similarly, continuation of that part, limit x tends to infinity, we are having this part as x plus a divided by x plus b whole power x plus c. If you are having this type of question, x plus a by x plus b whole power x plus c, then we are having the formula as e power a minus b. What we are having the formula? E power a minus. But limit should be what? X tends to infinity. X tends to infinity should be there. It can't be 0. If it should be infinity only, then we are having that formula. Okay. Now listen here. What is a value? A. What is b value? Minus a. What is c value? If we are not having anything, means 0. So let us write our question. So limit x tends to infinity, we are having x plus a divided by x minus a whole power x. This question is given. Now let us see this part. It is equals to some value is given as 4. Now we have to find out a value what we are having. Okay. So what we have written the formula, e power a minus b now. So e power a means a only we have taken minus. What is b value? Minus a. Minus into minus plus a. It is equals to 4. Okay. This part we have taken. Now e power a plus a means what? 2a. It is equals to 4. Now if you are sending the e to the other side, e to the other side, then it will become what? A log. E to the other side if you are sending means what? A log. Log to the other side means what? A e power. Okay, like that we have to remember. So we are having this part as, or else you can apply log on both sides. That part is also simple. So if you are sending e to the other side means it will become 2a. It is equals to log 4. Okay, this part we have taken. Now next. Now a value we have to find over here. If you are finding a value means a is equals to this 4 means how we can write actually log 4 means we can write 2 square now. What we can write? 2 square. Again square means we can write in the front over here 2 log 2 divided by this 2 we are getting over here means 2 gets cancelled. Finally what is a value we are getting? A value is equals to log 2. What is a value we are getting? Log 2. Log 2 means fourth option is correct. A value means log 2. How we are getting? By using this formula, we have substituted, we have done some simplification, then directly we are getting the a value which is equals to log 2. Fourth option is correct. Now let us go for the next question. Now this question is interesting over here. Now we are having one shortcut for this type of questions. Now listen carefully what we are having. Time saving results. What we are having? Time saving results. Okay. Now in this part what we are doing means limit n tends to infinity or x tends to infinity, whatever it may. What variable you are taking, you have to take that variable. X you are taking means x tends to infinity, n you are taking means n tends to infinity. Okay, as we are having n over here, that's why I am writing n. So now what is the formula means 1 power k plus 2 power k plus 3 power k plus so on up to n power k divided by n power k plus 1 divided by n power k plus 1. So it is equals to, what is the final answer we are getting? 1 by k plus 1. Directly we can write the answer as what? 1 by k plus 1. Okay, that is the shortcut we are having. Suppose if our question was limit n tends to infinity 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus so on up to n square divided by n cube, it is equals to. Suppose this was the question. Let us assume that part. So what we have discussed, in the numerator we are having the same powers. In the denominator, power should be increased by 1. If you are having number power 2, then denominator power should be 3. If you are having power 4, denominator power should be 5. If you are having power 7, denominator power should be 8. If you are having power 10, denominator power should be 11. If you are having that part, so how we are writing the answer? 1 divided by, what is the denominator power we are having? That denominator power we have to write. That's it. That is a simple concept we are having, 1 by 3. Is it clear? So let us apply this same concept over here also. So limit n tends to infinity, n we are writing as it is. Now listen carefully. We are having 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus so on up to n cube. But we are not having the denominator as n power 4. If you are having power 3 means denominator should be what? Denominator should be n power 4 now, but we are not having that one. If you are not having the denominator, then what we are doing means we are taking assumption, means into n power 4 divided by n power 4. We have taken the assumption. For making this part in the formula, we have taken assumption as n power 4, n power 4. Then for this what we are having? Whole square. What we are having? Whole square. Now next, divided by, for this part also what we are doing, what we are having? 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus so on up to n square. For this what should be the denominator? The denominator should be n cube. If the power is 2, denominator power should be what? 3. But we are not having. If you are not having this, again we are taking the assumption as into n cube divided by n cube. Okay. Now for this what is the power we are having? 3. Okay, this part we have taken. Now we want only this part now. According to our formula, we want only this one. We want only this part and we want only this part. Okay, we want only that part. So what we are doing over here, listen carefully. We are giving this, we are taking this n power 4 outside and we are giving this part as separate. Okay, now listen carefully what it is happening. So limit n tends to infinity. Now we are having the square for this part as well as this part also. If you are giving the square for this one means what will happen? N power 4 power 2 means power to the power means what we have to do? Multiplication. Power to the power means what? Multiplication. 4 2s are 8. So already we are having n over here into, and this part will become what? N power 8. So now what we are having the leftover part over here? 1 cube plus 2 cube plus so on up to n cube divided by n power 4 whole square. Numerator is completed. Okay. Now next part, again we don't require this one, so we are giving this cube over here. Power to the power means multiplication, 3 3s are 9, so we have written outside over here n power 9, n power 9 of what we are having now, 1 square plus 2 square plus so on up to n square divided by n cube. For this we are having the power as 3. Okay, now listen here carefully. N into n power 8. Bases are same in multiplication. Power should be added. Power should be added means 1 plus 8 will become what? 9. So this n power 9, this n power 9 gets cancelled. Okay, n power 9 gets cancelled. Now if you are applying the limit for this part, now listen carefully. For this, how you have written the answer as 1 by 3. Similarly, for this, what will be the answer? 1 by 4. Denominator power is 4. 1 by 4. Whole square we are having a whole square. Divided by, what is the answer for this one now? 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 whole cube we are having means whole cube. That's it. Okay. So 1 by 4 whole square, 1 by cube whole, 1 by 3 whole cube. Okay. Now what is the answer we are getting? 1 divided by 4 square will become 16 divided by 1 divided by 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. Okay. So it is equals to 1 by 16 by 1 by 27 means what? 27 by 16. Okay. So what is the final answer we are getting for this question? 27 by 16. Okay, first option is correct. So if you are getting this type of questions directly, we can write that answer simple over here. But if you are getting some difficult questions over here, then we can go for this somewhat simplification. We are assuming this multiplying and dividing by some simplification, then we are getting the answer over here. Okay, now, so this part is completed. Now let us go for the next question. Now what is the next question we are having? Limit x tends to 0, cube root of 1 plus x minus cube root of 1 minus x divided by x. Again, if you are having the answer as 0 by 0, if you are getting the answer as 0 by 0, after substituting the x value, then what we have to do? We have to apply the L'Hospital rule. Okay, now we have to apply what? L'Hospital rule. Suppose if you are converting our question like this, limit x tends to 0, this part it is looking like what? 1 plus x whole power 1 by 3 minus 1 minus x whole power 1 by 3 divided by x. If you are substituting the x value as 0, we are getting the answer as 0 by 0. If you are getting 0 by 0 means we have to do differentiation, L'Hospital rule. So how you can differentiate now? First we are assuming this part as x. If you are assuming this part as x, it is looking like x power n. X power n means what? N into x power n minus 1. Like that formula we have to use that assumed part one more time we have to differentiate. You have to go on simplification. Okay, but again that part also will become difficult over here. Let us see this question now. For this what we are having? Now we are having limit x tends to 0. We are having this part as mth root of, we are having mth root of a plus x power n minus mth root of a minus x power n divided by x power n. Okay, now listen carefully. Mth root means powers should be same. Powers means roots, whatever the roots we are having, that roots should be same. Okay, then what we are having? X power n, x power n, x power n. Power should also be same. X square, x square, x square, x power 5, x power 5, x power 5, x power 9, x power 9, x power 9. Like that it should be same. Okay, and how we are having over here? Starting is plus sign. This complete, this positive part, it is having positive sign. This negative part, it is having negative sign. What we are having? Positive part, it is having positive sign. Negative part, it is having negative sign. Mth root should be same. X power n, x power n, x power n should be same. Then we can use this formula. What is the formula we are having? 2 divided by m into a power 1 minus 1 by m. What is the formula? 2 divided by m into a power 1 minus 1 by m. Okay, so let us try to use that formula now. What we are having? So let us write the question now. Limit x tends to 0. We are having this part as cube root of 1 plus x minus cube root of 1 minus x divided by x, which is equals to. So 2 divided by what is m value we are having? 3. Okay, suppose if you are taking square root, normal root we have taken, under root, square root we have taken, then what will be m value? 2. If you are taking fifth root, what will be m value? 5. Okay, like that we have taken. So 3 into a means what we are having? 1 power 1 minus 1 by m means what we are having? 3. Okay, this part we have taken. So it is equals to 2 divided by 3 into 1 power, what we are getting this part as 3 minus 1 means 2 by 3. Okay, 1 power 2 by 3 means what? 1 only now. So we are getting the answer as what? 2 by 3. Understood? So with the help of this formula, 2 divided by m into a power 1 minus 1 by m, directly we can simplify this part. We are getting the answer as 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 means option 3 is correct. Now let us go for the next question now. We are having limit x tends to infinity 3 power 1 by x plus 4 power 1 by x plus 6 power 1 by x divided by 3 whole power x. Again this is also f of x power g of x form. F of x power g of x. If you are solving this question, it will be more complicated. It will be taking nearly like 10 steps, 10 to 12 steps it will be taking. So for this type of questions, now listen here carefully what we are having. For this type of questions what we are taking means, suppose we are having limit x tends to, if you are having limit x tends to 0, then we are taking this part as a power x plus b power x plus c power x divided by 3 whole power 1 by x. Okay, this one part we have taken. Similarly, limit x tends to infinity. If you have taken limit x tends to infinity, then what we are taking a power 1 by x plus b power 1 by x plus c power 1 by x divided by 3 whole power x. Okay, this part we have taken over here. Now for both of these conditions we are having the formula as a cube root of ABC. For this also cube root of ABC. Now how we are writing this one? Listen carefully. And one more point you have to remember, whenever we are having x tends to infinity now, whenever we are having x tends to infinity, the meaning of this part is 1 by x is tending to 0. This condition also you have to remember. What you have to remember, whenever we are having x tends to infinity, 1 by x will be tending to what? 0. Okay. Now listen carefully. Now what we are doing means, we are writing what is the denominator. We have 3 terms we are having, so denominator will be 3. So what is the denominator? That root we are writing. 3 means cube root, 2 means a square root, 4 means 4th root, okay, 5 means 5th root, like that we have to write. So cube root we have taken, a, b, c we have to multiply, that's it. Suppose if now the question is like limit x tends to 0, we are having this part as a power x plus b power x plus c power x plus d power x divided by 4 whole power 1 by x. Suppose this is a question we are having. Then what we can do now? 4th root. 4 we are having now. 4th root of what we can write a, b, c, d. Okay, like this we have to write. Simple. Okay, so this is a shortcut we are having. Let us try to apply for this question. What is the question we are having now? Limit x tends to infinity. What we are having? 3 power 1 by x plus 4 power 1 by x plus 6 power 1 by x divided by 3 whole power x. Okay, so for both these conditions we are having the same answer now. We are writing same answer, but conditions what we are having, if x is tending to 0, if x is tending to 0, we are having only power x, whole power we are having as 1 by x. If x is tending to infinity, we are having power 1 by x over here, whole power we are having it as x. That condition you have to remember. Suppose for this function, for this part, if you are having x tending to infinity, then we can't apply the formula. Then we can't apply this shortcut. Okay, if you are having this function means compulsory the x tending to should be there 0. If you are having this part means x tending to should be infinity only. Okay, so these conditions you have to remember, then we can write the shortcuts over here. Okay, so let us use this part. What we are having, 3 we are having means a cube root. Cube root we have taken a, b, c means 3 into 4 into 6, which is equals to cube root of what we have taken, 3 4s are 12, 12 6 are 72. Okay, so we are getting the answer as cube root of 72. Cube root of 72 means option 4 is correct. Now let us go for the next question now. Now before starting these questions, we should know about a set of functions. What is the meaning of a set of functions? If you know set of functions, then this will be very simple over here. Or else what we have to do means, again if you are getting the answer as 0 by 0, we have to apply L'Hospital rule. If you are applying L'Hospital rule means we are having some sin AX formula. Sin AX means it will become what? A cos AX, like that it will become somewhat lengthy over there. Okay, now listen carefully what we have to do. Set of functions means it is denoted by phi. It is equals to, when we are taking x, sin x, tan x, sin inverse x, tan inverse x, sin hx, tan hx, sin h inverse x, tan h inverse x. So all this we are calling it as what? A set of functions. Only we have taken x over here and remaining are sin and tan only. Sin function, tan function related to trigonometry, inverse trigonometry, hyperbolic, inverse hyperbolic. For all this we have taken, we are calling it as what? A set of functions. Okay, now for this part what we are having means, listen carefully. For this part what we are having, interesting TSR we are having over here. So what we are taking, limit x tends to 0, limit x tends to 0, f1 of ax plus or minus f2 of bx divided by g1 of cx plus or minus g2 of dx. Okay, this part we have taken, it is equals to, then what we have to do means a plus or minus b divided by c plus or minus d. That's it. Where f1 of x, f2 of x, g1 of x and g2 of x belongs to set of functions. Okay, that complete functions, this complete functions, it should belong to set of functions. Then only whatever the functions we are having in plus or minus, directly what we are doing means we are taking these numbers. What is the coefficients? A we are having, plus means plus we have tried, minus means minus we have tried. A plus or minus b divided by c plus or minus d. That's it. Very simple case. Very simple case we have tried over here. Understood now? So let us try to use that formula for this one. What we are having now? Limit x tends to 0. We are having a into sine ax minus b into sine bx divided by tan ax minus tan bx. Okay, this part we have taken. Now listen carefully. This a is separate. Now sine tan means it is set of functions only. So a we have written separately over here into, now from sine x what we have tried, a value, a we have written, minus means minus, plus means plus, b is separate over here, b we have written separately. Then from this function what we have to take, b, so we have written b divided by, from this function what we are taking, a minus means minus, from this function what we are taking, b, so we have written b, it is equals to a square minus b square divided by a minus b, which is equals to a square minus b square means what we can write, a plus b into a minus b divided by a minus b. This part gets cancelled. Final answer we are getting it as what, a plus b. What is the final answer we are getting? A plus b. So like this, by using only by taking the numbers we can write that part. That's it. Okay. So we are having the answer as what? A plus b. Third option is correct. So whenever we are having set of functions and we are having the functions in plus or minus like that, we have to select only the numbers what we are having. We have to do plus or minus that part. We will be getting the answer. Now let us go for the next question. Limit x tends to 0. Sine power 4 2x into tan cube x divided by x square of sine inverse of 2x whole power 5 we are having. Okay, now we are taking this part, same set of functions condition we are taking over here, set of functions, same set of functions conditions we are taking over here. Now for this what we are doing means limit x tends to 0 f1 of ax into, now we are having into over here. In the previous case what we have taken, plus or minus we have taken, now we are having into, f1 of ax into f2 of bx divided by g1 of cx into g2 of dx, it is equals to. Now one more thing we are having over here, we have to notice that in this we are having all this part as linear only, means we are not having any powers for this, we are not having any powers for this, but in this case we are having the powers. If you are having the powers means let us take it as m. For this we are taking power m, this power n, this power p, this is power q. Okay, now we are having the answer as a power m into b power n divided by c power p into d power q. Okay, but we are having one condition, if m plus n it is equals to p plus q. Now what is the meaning of m plus n is equals to p plus q? We are adding the powers of the numerator, we are adding the powers of the denominator. If both are equal, then only we are using this formula. Understood? If both are equal, then only we are using this formula. Or else what we are having, if m plus n it is greater than p plus q, then directly we have to write it as 0. No need to solve anything, directly we have to write it as 0. Or else if we are having m plus n less than p plus q, then what we have to write, infinity or doesn't exist. Infinity or doesn't exist. Okay, so these are the three cases we are having. So before starting the formula, we have to check what are the powers we are having. We have to add that powers of the numerator, add the powers of the denominator. If it is equal, we are using this formula. If it is greater than, m plus n is greater than p plus q, 0. M plus n is less than p plus q, then we are writing it as a infinity or doesn't exist. Okay, now this formula is also nothing difficult over here. We are taking this value, we are writing in base power, a power m into means into we are writing b power n divided by c power p into d power q. No need to by heart this formula also. No need to by heart this formula, no need to by heart this formula also. Directly, what are the numbers it is visible in the question? What are the numbers it is visible in the question, that form, that numbers only we have to write. If it is plus, write plus. If it is minus, minus. If it is into. That's it. Okay. Now let us see this part. First let us see the powers what we are having. This is 1 of the power, this is 1 of the power, means 4 plus 3 it is equals to 7, means m plus n value is equals to 7. Now we are having the power 2 and power 5, means 2 plus 5 it is equals to 7, means p plus q it is equals to 7. Now we are having the first case, m plus n is equals to what? P plus q. If you are having that case, now what we have to do now? Limit x tends to 0, sin power 4 2x into tan cube x divided by x square into sin inverse of 2x whole power 5. Okay. So what I have told you, what are the numbers are visible, that numbers we have to write. That's it. Okay. Now what's the number we are having? 2 power 4 into what's the number we are having? 1 cube divided by what's the number we are having? 1 square into 2 power 5. Like this we have to, means 2 power 4 divided by 2 power 5, 2 power 4 gets cancelled. What's the answer we are getting over here? 1 by 2. It was very simple. Okay. So like this 3 conditions we have to remember, and with the help of this part we are getting the answer as what? 1 by 2. Okay. So this second option is correct. Now next question, again it is related to set of functions. Okay. Now this is also set of functions we are taking over here. Set of functions. Set of functions means now what we are doing over here? Set of functions we are taking it as limit x tends to 0, f of x whole power g of x it is equals to. For this I have given you one formula now. One formula I have given, f of x power g of x means e power limit x tends to a, f of x minus 1 into g of x, that formula I have given, or as g of x into log of f of x, that formula I have given. So we have to solve very lengthy part, it will become very lengthy. But same this f of x and g of x we are having, f of x power g of x we are having, if there are set of functions, in this also it should be set of functions only. If it is set of functions, then only we can apply that formula. In this part also it should be set of functions only. If it is set of functions, then directly we can write the answer as what? 1. Directly what we can write? Answer 1. No need to write a single step also, answer will be what? 1. Okay. So we are having the question as limit x tends to 0, should be there, x tends to 0, okay. So x tends to 0 should be there, x tends to 0. Now what we are having? Sin x whole power x. Now sin x is set of function or not? Yes, it is a set of function. X is set of function or not? It is a set of function. So whenever we are having set of functions and in the form of f of x power g of x, the answer will become what? 1. Okay, that's it. So which option will be correct now? Option number 1. Now let us see the next question now. Last question we are taking over here. Last question. Limit x tends to infinity, 3 mod x plus x divided by 7 mod x minus 5x. Okay. Now whenever we are having, now listen, this is some different question over here. Whenever we are having some modulus functions, step functions, okay, like this different conditions we are having in the question now, directly we can't apply the limit over there. We have to go with LHL value and RHL value. When the limit is existing, actually limit x tends to a, f of x it is equals to L. Exist. When it is existing means, now listen carefully. When it is existing means limit x tends to a minus f of x equals to limit x tends to a plus f of x, means we are calling this part as LHL and this part we are calling it as RHL. Left hand limit, right hand limit, left hand limit, right hand limit. So if this LHL value it is equal to RHL value, then only we are getting the limit value over there. L means limit value. But till now we have not done any questions related to this part. All directly we are doing the questions. So that are important questions. Directly we can do that part. But some of the questions will be getting like this questions. Modulus functions will be there, step functions will be there. We can't do directly. Compulsory we have to find out LHL value, we have to find out RHL value, then only we can say either it is existing or not existing. Okay, if LHL value it is not equal to RHL, if LHL value is not equal to RHL, then limit is not existing. If LHL value is equal to RHL, then only the limit is existing, and whatever the answer we are getting now, that will be limit value. Understood? Now let us see this part. What we have to do now? We have to find out a LHL value. First we are taking LHL value. LHL value means what we have written LHL over here, limit x tends to a minus f of x, it is equals to limit x tends to now listen carefully what we are having, infinity we are having over here, what we are having, infinity. Listen to this question carefully. Now if you are having infinity on this part, so infinity minus we have taken, okay, 3 mod x plus x divided by 7 mod x minus 5x, okay, this part we have taken over here. Now next what we are doing means RHL value, limit x tends to a plus f of x, so it is equals to limit x tends to infinity plus 3 mod x plus x divided by 7 mod x minus 5x, okay, we have taken this part. Now listen here carefully what we are having, infinity minus infinity plus, what is the meaning of this part? Suppose if you are having x value tends to 2, x is equals to x tends to 2 we are having, x tends to 2 means what we have to take now, 2 minus 2 plus. If x tends to 5 means 5 minus 5 plus. If x tends to 7, 7 minus 7 plus, okay, like that we have to take, okay. Now listen here carefully, for modulus function, listen to this part very carefully over here, modulus function, for modulus function, mod of f of x, it is equals to f of x if f of x is greater than 0, minus f of x if f of x is less than 0, and it is equals to 0 if f of x is equal to 0. These are the three conditions for the modulus functions, okay. So whenever this complete part we are having, this complete part inside these two lines, inside the mod, whatever the function we are having, if that function is greater than 0, then same function we have tried. But if this function is less than 0, then we have tried as minus f of x. What we have tried? Minus f of x. If this complete part is equal to 0, then what we have tried? 0. Okay. Now let us check this part what we are having. What we are having over here? Infinity minus we have taken, infinity plus we have taken over here, means x value it is infinity minus. Now what's the meaning of this part? Let us draw the number line over here. First let us see this part. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and we are taking this part as infinity. Okay, now this part we have taken. Now if you are taking 2 over here, let us assume that part as x tends to 2 we are having, means 2 minus 2 plus. Now what's the meaning of 2 minus 2 plus over here? 2 minus means it is not minus 2. 2 minus means it is not minus 2. 2 minus means somewhat less than 2. 2 minus means what? Somewhat less than 2. 2 plus means what? Somewhat greater than 2. That's it. Okay. 2 minus means somewhat less than 2. 2 plus means somewhat greater than 2. Don't take it as 2 minus means don't take it as minus 2 over here. Understood now? This concept you have to remember compulsory. If you are having 5 minus means what? Somewhat less than 5. 5 plus means somewhat greater than 5. That's it. Okay. Similarly, we are having infinity minus, infinity plus. So infinity, we are having infinity over here now. Infinity minus, somewhat infinity minus means somewhat less than infinity. Infinity plus means somewhat greater than infinity. Okay, that part we have taken over here. So as we have taken minus infinity minus infinity plus over here, so where it is coming over here, positive numbers or negative numbers? Positive now. Positive means what? Greater than 0. So for both of these cases, we are getting greater than 0 only. What we are getting for both of the cases? What we are getting? Greater than 0. So if this x value is infinity minus, then it is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, what we have to write? F of x only. So we are writing this part as limit x tends to infinity minus. So what we are having over here, 3, f of x means x only we are writing, 3x plus x divided by 7x minus 5x, okay, which is equals to 3x plus x means what? 4x. Okay, we are having this part as limit x tends to infinity, 3x plus x means 4x divided by 7x minus 5x. 7x minus 5x means what? 2x. x gets cancelled. 2 1s are, 2 2s are means LHL value what we are getting? 2. LHL value is equals to what? 2. Now similarly, let us simplify this part. Infinity plus is also, it is greater than 0 only. If it is greater than 0, what we have to take? F of x. So let us take this part now. Limit x tends to infinity plus. So what we are getting? 3. x plus x divided by 7x minus 5x. Okay, it is equals to 3x plus x means what? 4x divided by 2x. X gets cancelled, 2 1s are 2 2s are. So what is the answer we are getting? 2. So LHL value is equal to 2, RHL value is also equals to 2. So LHL, it is equals to RHL. Okay. So whenever we are getting LHL value is equals to RHL value, this will be the final answer, limit value we are having. But if LHL value is not equal to RHL value, LHL value is not equal to RHL value, then we have to go for what? Limit does not exist. Okay. So for this, as we are getting the answer as 2, let us go with option 3 over here. Okay. So option 3 is correct. So with this, we have completed all the more 10 questions of the limits. With this, limits topic is completed. So in the tomorrow's class, some new topic will be there. More 10 daily important questions will be there. Again, I am telling you, we are giving the golden opportunity, excellent opportunity, best opportunity for the ECET 2024 students only. For ECET 2024 students, we are providing the complete online course with materials only for 4,900 on the occasion of Engineers Day. So to become the engineer, we are providing the golden opportunity over here for only online course over here with materials 4,900, and this is it is valid up to October 15th 2023. For offline, or else if you want any details regarding this part, any information, you can contact on the scrolling numbers over here and download the app SAIMEDHA.in. Thank you very much.